Hey folks, Nas here, coming at you with another video of Medieval Dynasty. As you can see, we've started a brand new game for this, but what I'm going to do is we are going to go and see all the items that we can steal in Gostovia and see which items are worth stealing, whether for use or to sell. So let me head down into Gostovia and we will get started. Alrighty, so we're over here at the fields in Gostovia and everything. What I'm going to do is I'm literally going to drop everything that is on me. So I have unlimited health and unlimited stamina and all that good stuff because it's strictly for testing. So we're going to drop everything that's on us. We're going to be practically naked here. Drop that. Drop that. I'm even going to drop the coin because we will pick up coin at some point. So now you can see I have got nothing in my inventory, nothing for the coins, there's nothing on my person. So that way we can actually see, and there went everything. That way we can actually see everything that we get easily without having clutter in my inventory. So you have these little huts, and of course it says Rob right there. We want to see, we start out with 0 reputation. So we're also going to be seeing how much reputation we lose by stealing items. So what I'm going to do is actually start the first quest. And then I'll drop, because you get a hammer from the first quest, so I'll end up dropping that hammer. But I want to make sure that the game is technically started, so we can actually build a fire if we needed to, things like that. So, where's the... wait a minute, where'd he go? Oh, he's right here. Alright, there we go. First quest started. We have the wooden hammer. I'm going to drop it just right there in town. Alrighty, so guess we can actually start. We're going to start back there at the fields. Because if you're coming into a brand new game, you're going to be coming in that direction anyway. So in these little huts and in most of the buildings are some type of a storage. Now in this particular one here, you can see it says Rob. If the villagers see you, you will lose dynasty reputation. It'll pop up on the top left of your screen. Obviously there's nothing in here to steal and nobody saw us open that, so that's good. So we can actually run over here to this second one. And I believe there's a hoe in this one. Nobody saw us open that, so that's good. We can take that hoe. And you can see it's red in your inventory. It means that you stole the item. So we cannot sell that item back to this village if I'm thinking right. But we will see if we can actually sell the items. I don't know if they've changed it in the game or not, but we will check it. But I'm going to go around and find all of the different items that we can steal. And see how many times I get caught. In other words, how much dynasty reputation I lose. And see what items we get. So let me run through and steal all the items. And I'll be back shortly. Now I am doing this during the daytime. Typically if you're going to be stealing, you're going to want to do this in the evening so people are not standing right next to you watching you steal these items. So you're going to want to kind of sneak around and watch for the night watchman to make sure that you're not seen. But recording this at night is going to be, it would be difficult for me because it's hard to lighten these things up. But this will give you a good sense on what can be stolen and how much dynasty reputation you could potentially losing, because I'm literally stealing this stuff in front of people. And matter of fact, I think that was my red apple. Yeah. Oh my god, that kid literally just fell through the ground. Was that quicksand? Holy cow. Somebody needs to come help this kid. I'm busy. You can see we're losing dynasty reputation. Man, that bucket was negative 63. Holy cow. I really like that bucket. Alrighty, so let's see. I'll check that, and that. Alright, we're going to finish checking these buildings on the left, and then we'll go and do all of the buildings on the other side. There used to be like a log sled right here. They've removed that from the game. Interesting. I'll have to try and go back and see if I can find a picture that I may have of that sled being there. Alrighty, so I believe I have stolen everything that can be stolen in this town. I'm just walking around taking a quick look again. Checked all the buildings. Alrighty, so what did we get? So here's everything we got. We got 2 cudgel. We got 1 iron knife. We got 2 bags. We got 4 buckets. It looks like 1 is in my inventory. Yeah, 1 is in my inventory. We got an iron hoe, a stone axe, a stone hoe, wooden hammer, wooden hoe, wooden shovel. We had 3 stone arrows, 1 simple torch, 1 better quality torch, 7 St. John's wort, 3 feather, 23 firewood, 16 flax stalk, 2 flour, 11 logs, 23 planks, let's see, 3 salt, 20 sticks, 17 straw, 2 bowls, 1 clay bottle, 2 clay bowls, 1 clay cup, 1 clay jug, 3 clay mugs. We got 2.7 coin. We got 4 large wicker baskets, 2 medium wicker baskets, 2 wicker crates, 2 wooden cups, 3 wooden spoons, and 7 wooden wheels. That's a heck of a haul. Now you can also see that it's 136.38 kilogram weight. So you would not be able to steal everything in town and carry it at the same time unless you had a horse. Because I believe you would be able to put part of this weight into the horse, and then you would be able to carry part of it if you had your kilogram weight maxed out and the horse's weight maxed out. You would be able to carry everything from town. Now, how much reputation did we lose? How many times did we get seen? Now, granted, this is daytime, so it's going to be probably higher than it would be if you were stealing at night. We lost 609 reputation. That's a big chunk to lose, especially when some of your quests only give you like 15 dynasty reputation or 30 dynasty reputation. So you would be making up a lot of reputation doing quests for sure. So it would take you quite a bit to get back on top. But now what I want to do, let's visit a vendor. We're going to visit a vendor in the neighboring town, because I don't think that you can sell the items. Matter of fact, I know you can't sell the items to the current town you stole them from. But let's go to a vendor over here in Borwu and see if we can actually sell them in a neighboring town. I know you used to be able to do that. I don't know if that's changed, so I want to double check. Now we also have a tool tip in the top right of the screen, knowledge theft. So let's go to B. If someone sees that you are stealing, your dynasty reputation will be reduced. Okay, we've already just talked about that. So, so let's head over and talk with Falibor and see if he'll take our items. And yes, none of them are grayed out, so we can actually sell these items to him. Now, what is actually worth stealing? So obviously your higher priced items are going to be more worth stealing. So like your 2 cudgel, those give you 6.3 coin. Now there's no skill points placed or anything. So let me get back out of here and show you that. Let's just go into skills. There are 0 skill points placed. I have 0 skill points in all of these. But if you were doing this later in game and you had barter, then you would have, I believe this goes up to 30% better buying and selling, or selling and buying prices. But for this particular test, we have 0 points in any of the skills, so we're not getting any buff as far as sell prices. So, show me your wares. So you get 6.3 for the cudgel, you get 31.5 for the iron knife. Now, the iron knife, I don't know that the iron knife is any better to have than the stone knife, and I may have to do some kind of comparison video on that later. And I don't know that I've ever had a knife on my character ever lose its condition. So, to be perfectly honest, you only need the knife for skinning. You could actually steal the iron knife and sell it for the 31.5 coin, and then make yourself a stone knife to keep on your person. Now, granted, you're going to be making stone knives anyway to make coin first off in the game. But if you decided that you wanted to come in and steal a few items, or even all of the items if you wanted to try and do that, then that is definitely something you could do. Now, you get 2 bags from Gostovia, and they sell for 52.5 coin. So there's just over 100 coin right there just in those 2 items. If you can steal those 2 bags, you got 100 coin. The bucket is 43.8 coins, and we have 4 of those. So there's, what's that? That's 160, 170 something coin right there. So, I mean, you can, if you are able to steal those without getting caught, you got a pretty good chunk of coin on you. The iron hoe. Now, the iron hoe could be worth keeping because you could utilize that and get farther in your farming. So like if you wanted to build a larger plot, obviously the iron hoe is going to deteriorate slower than the wooden hoe. Now, wooden hoes, I don't believe you can make those until you make the workshop or the smithy 1. I think they changed the name of the workshop now. But that's where you make that, because you can't make the wood. Wait a minute. Hang on. I think you can make the wooden hoe in your crafting. Yes, there it is right there. So you can actually make the wooden hoe in your crafting wheel without a workshop, but you can't make the iron hoe. So let me go. Whoops. Where'd he go? There he is. Go back into his little deal here. So where am I at? Iron hoe. So the iron hoe, in my opinion, sell it. Since you can make the wooden hoe in your personal crafting inventory, just make wooden hoes. I mean, what is it? A log and some sticks? Those are easy to come by. Sell the iron hoe. The stone axe, that sells for 10.5 coin. Is it worth stealing? Maybe not the chance of losing the dynasty reputation, because you can craft those if you wanted to. The stone hoe, again, you can't craft the stone hoe until you've got the building, the crafting building to make that in. You can only craft the wooden hoe. But again, 12.3 coins. Wooden hammer, 8.8. The wooden shovel. Now the wooden shovel, I think that's what I was thinking about. You cannot make the wooden shovel. We're going to get back out of this. We're going to go back into our crafting wheel. You cannot make the wooden shovel. So if you wanted to gather clay early in the game, then I would say keep the shovel. At least to get you some first little bits of clay so you can make it with the straw in the barn and make daub. But again, sells for 20 coin. So that's something you're gonna have to, excuse me, does not sell for 20 coin. I wasn't in that inventory. 7 coin. So is it worth stealing to sell? Maybe a little bit, not that much. Let's see. So we got stone arrows. I would keep those because you could utilize them. You're going to need them. Simple torch. Wouldn't touch it to steal it. It's not worth the loss of dynasty reputation. The torch, maybe if you could steal it with without getting caught, it's worth it. St. John's wort, clearly not worth stealing. It's so plentiful around on the ground, you don't need to steal that. The feathers, is it worth stealing? It could be worth stealing to help you make more arrows, to get to your first set of arrows to make in the game. I could see where that would be worth stealing, because feathers can be kind of hard to come by because you have to chop down the trees and there's only a chance for feathers to drop from the trees. Firewood, I wouldn't steal it. It's too easy to come by. Flaxstock, possibly, because once you get your barn, you can turn that flaxstock into straw and flax grain, and without buying it. And I believe flax grain is 10 coin a piece. I could be wrong, but that would save you some coin there. If you could steal the flaxstock without getting caught, I think it would be worth it. Flour, not really worth it because you can't do much with it early in the game anyway. The logs, too easy to come by. I don't think it's worth the loss of dynasty reputation to try and steal those. You're going to be chopping down trees anyway. The planks. Now the planks I think could be good to steal early on because you could theoretically steal enough planks to do your first house. Instead of having a straw roof, you could have a plank roof. So I think those would be good to steal if you could do it without losing the reputation. The salt, no. I mean, you could sell it, but I don't think it's worth it. And we even got the salt out of a chest, so the chests are going to be harder to steal from, unless you're going through the homes during the day when everybody's at their workstations. You're less likely to get caught. But if you're going in the home while they're sleeping, chances are you're going to get caught because they're right there. Sticks, don't steal them. It's not worth it. Straw, don't steal it. Not worth it. Sticks are all over the ground. They come from trees when you're chopping down trees. The straw, there's so many reeds out in front of Gostovia by the lake that this is not worth stealing at all. The bowls, maybe. But by the time you're utilizing the bowls and making meals, by that point, you're gonna have plenty of wood to make your own bowls. The clay bottle, possibly, because it's 8.8 coin to sell. The clay bowl, 7 coin. These are all usually just sitting on the tables outside, so you could potentially steal those and get a few extra coin. So that would be 14 coin right there for those 2 clay bowls. The cup, the jug. Would I steal them? Probably not. I'm not a big thief in the game. I have stolen in the game. Matter of fact, some of the big items that I stole were the iron knife. I did steal the iron knife. As a matter of fact, I believe I'm still using that iron knife on my save 1 to this day. I don't think I ever got rid of it. But I don't think it says that it's stolen anymore. I think one of the updates changed that in my inventory because I haven't swapped out my knife as far as I remember. Let's see. So we got 4 baskets here. So there's almost 40 coin right there. So what was it, 36 coin or something like that? Let's see. So we got 2 medium baskets, the 2 wicker crates, 2 cups, 3 wooden spoons, and the 7 wheels. Now the wooden wheels, those are heavy. You can see right there that we have 7 of those, and it's 28 kilogram weight. and they only sell for 14 coins a piece. Now, it's fairly good size coin, but it's going to hinder you on weight a lot. So would I steal the wooden wheel? If I had the weight, maybe. But I think these other items at the top here were definitely way better to steal. So I mean, the bag. Clearly the bag is worth stealing, because you don't necessarily have to have the bag for your farming needs. You can actually use leather to make the small pouch or the small bag from doing your own hunting and stuff. Matter of fact, I think it would be better that way, because then you would have that coin from selling the bag. The buckets. Are the buckets worth stealing? Yes. I personally keep 2 buckets on me when I'm playing the game for water. The other 2 buckets you could sell. You'd have, 80, almost a little over 87 coin just by selling 2 buckets. And we covered the iron hoe and the shovels and the hammer. Those are all easy things to come by. The iron stuff, I would, if you could steal it and get away with it. Now, the location of where this is, the iron hoe, matter of fact, we're not in Gostovia anymore, but the location of that in Gostovia is placed not very far from the traveling villagers. So it might be hard to steal those. And the traveling villagers don't have a home to go to sleep. So they're always around the campfire. So anything that is close to where the villagers are sitting by the campfire, chances are you're going to get caught. So that is all of the items that you can steal from Gostovia, how much they're worth without any of the barter skill, and how much reputation you could potentially lose. So I lost 609 reputation, but yet we gained a ton of items that we can sell and make a few coin on. There's a few items we stole that we could use. Now, the wicker baskets, you're probably thinking, oh, I could steal some wicker baskets and use them around my village. The problem with that is they're still considered a stolen basket even once you place it on the ground and pick it back up. So in your village, if you place the wicker baskets around and you decide you want to pick them up to move them, you're going to lose reputation each time you pick it up, even in your own village. So keep that in mind. Are the wicker baskets worth stealing to put in your own village? I found that out the hard way, and I have to say, no, it's not worth it. But anyway, if you folks like this video and you found it helpful, definitely hit that like button. It helps put these videos out in front of other people like yourself that may enjoy it. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I would greatly appreciate it, and both those items help the channel out tremendously. Also, we've got our Discord server that you can join. The link will be in the description below. And again, I appreciate you folks joining me for this episode. You take care and happy hunting.